Oh, okay. So, is that the first entrance? Or the second? Okay. Yeah. Back to the Seacoast. I originally lived in Boston, New Hampshire for a number of years. And I went to Seacoast back in 2000. Originally in Exeter. And kids, so we were looking at proceeding a little bit bigger. It was great. Both of mine are in high school. Which is fine. Time just went quickly. What's that? Just, well, it was in the spot of the work and most of the things that out. It's pretty much, yeah, always so hopefully, like, we're always expecting one customer base and
Okay, everybody, get your hair. Going live. We're going to call the January 20th, 2025 to order at 7:01. So first item is review of last month's minutes. And did everybody get a chance to do that?
Yes. Yes.
And any issues, suggestions, edits?
You look great.
Some of your best work.
One question I had, Dave, there was a note in the treasurer's report for that you had sent Babs Reed last month that said something about me. You had a note about me going to talk to Sue or something?
Sue, yeah, talk to Sue about the baseline documentation.
Oh,
She might be able to help out there.
okay.
I'll talk a little bit more about that another night.
Okay, perfect.
Agenda.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you. I just wanted to, I read that and I wanted to clarify.
Yep. So if nobody has any edits, I will make a motion to accept the minutes from our last meeting.
I will second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Mason, would you like to do the treasurer's report?
Sure. Okay. Account number one, beginning balance at the beginning of December was $71,349.95. Interest for the month of December was $281.72. No deposits, no withdrawals. Ending balance was $71,631.67. Account number two, the current use account, beginning balance was $20,532.20. Interest was $81.07. No deposits, no withdrawals. Ending balance was $20,613.27. For both accounts, the beginning balance at the beginning of December was $91,882.15. Total at the end of the month and year was $92,244.94. And the PDIP rate is around 4.5%. They were closed today, so I got no report. That's. Also, the RCCD check, the Rockingham County Conservation check, number 16572 for $308 was deposited by them on January 8th, 2025.
Any questions on the budget? Treasurer's report. I will make a motion to accept the January treasurer's reports.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right, moving right along. So next on the agenda is the long-awaited monitoring reports. Forrest, actually, can you kind of spearhead this? Just, I think you have them up.
Yeah, I do.
So let us know which one we're talking about.
Yeah, I guess we could start more or less with the order that they came in, but we got 3 monitoring reports to review from the Rockingham County Conservation District for the Houghton easements, the Daly easement, and the Anderson easement. So I think we can go down in order. The Houghton easement's already been paid on. That was the check that Dave was just mentioning. But we can review it quickly. You guys should all have copies of these in your email. If there's any questions that you guys have.
Do you have it? I do, okay.
I think this one was straightforward. There was no areas of concern noted. And the boundaries, I think, looked pretty good too. Actually, this one was in the best of shape of all the line reports. So the boundary lines, corners, excluded areas, all that was clearly defined. So
Yeah, the only thing is, so image 7 is not on the map. It's kind of a generic picture of the placard on the northern,
yeah.
and it's not cited anywhere in the body, so I don't think it's a consequence.
Nice catch.
Okay. Any further discussion on the monitoring report?
I don't have anything.
We do teachers basically
Sure.
just accept them.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept the Houghton monitoring report for 2024.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Very
Next we move on to the Daly easement next. Similar, although in this case it sounds like some of the items that we previously discussed may have been addressed. Find it here. The boat encroachment that was noted in last year's report has been addressed. There seems to be no concerns there about the overwintering boats on the neighboring property. And it sounds like they did some work to try and clean up some of the items that we had previously noted and asked them to clean up, which is great. The farm equipment and items that we talked about that were there prior to the easement being established are remaining, and so something to look at in the future, but not high priority, really. There was no other notes on here of concern or recommendations for action.
I would like to thank the Dailies for making the effort. You know, we're making progress.
Yep.
We have a good relationship going right now.
Definitely agree, yeah. I'm glad that they were able to make some progress on that front. It's really awesome. Yeah, thankful for that, so it's good.
Anybody have any issues, comments, concerns? I'll go for it.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept the 2024 monitoring report for the daily easement.
I'll second.
All in favor? And last but not least, we have the Anderson easement monitoring report. Let's see. Overall, this one came back with no recommendations for action. There were some nice notes about the wildlife on the property and a cool picture of a bobcat track, which is kind of neat. Lots of good photos. And Ariana noted the updated management plan. And also that it appears that the brush pile, was moved, though Ariana still wasn't able to find the marker in that corner, but sounds like the brush pile is no longer on the easement, which is great. The only note of anything really was, it appears, I'll just read it. It appears that the abutter along the northwestern property, or northwestern boundary, map 211 lot 15, has extended their lawn approximately 5 feet into the easement. A small pile of asphalt was also noted on the boundary, images 18A and 18B. It is recommended that this area be monitored for continued activity in the future. So, in the pictures, it does not appear to be much of an area of concern, but
It also looks like it's been there for some time.
correct. So it may just be something that Sarah never identified, and it is in the monitoring reports now. So it's not really any action to take, and there was no recommended action, just other than keep an eye on it. So
Well, it may be left over from when they did the driveway.
Did the driveway?
So, yeah, so
Yeah.
they undid the driveway and then they put lawn
yeah, well, it's actually in. It's not where the driveway extension was. It's kind of sits
in. Really.
south, kind of. But the pile of asphalt, likely they put it on the property edge. Yeah, it's probably from that. So, anyways, I didn't have anything else of note there. So, anybody else?
So is that management plan of when the road was submitted 2 months ago?
Yep. I had sent that to Ariana ahead of her monitoring to review and acknowledge for the monitoring report, and so that note was included under a soil health and compaction note. So,
If there's any ways, if her report included that.
oh, included the management plan. probably now that we have all of them, is how we file. Previously, Sarah always mailed physical reports to
Yeah.
Sue. And I never asked Ariana about that. So we may just forward the monitoring reports and all the associated files to Sue, or,
It's just worth making note that we have submitted that management plan as part of the Anderson easement.
yeah, I agree that it should go with this year's monitoring report as of that, yes.
And it should be, I don't know if there's a requirement that there's a hard copy, and maybe so we can print them out and make it clear that header should be printed out.
Yeah, well, I think when we passed along that plan, we essentially just passed it along. We didn't, as a commission, pass judgment on the plan or accept information contained within it. It just was added to the Anderson easement overall package. All right, yeah, I think all in all, we've made progress in the right direction on all of these this year. So,
Yeah, and I think overall, the reports that Ariana has put together are pretty good. She did ask us for feedback. I don't know if anybody had any. I don't. I think the report is pretty standard, and the information contained within it seems sufficient.
Everything we need is there. It's succinct to the point.
Yep.
And I'll take the action to put this on the Google Drive.
Okay.
And Chris, as a newbie, you probably don't know we have a Google Drive, so I will send you that information. There's also some, I think we call them guidance documents for decisions.
Okay.
That will help you as a new member, and it will give you a master list of resources about like the RSAs and things to get you up to speed.
Okay, great, thank you.
All right, with that, I'll make a motion to accept the 2024 monitoring report for the Anderson easement.
I'll second that.
All in favor? And last thing before we move on, I just need to do this real quick while we're on the topic. If I can find documents. So we need to get them paid, RCCD. So Dave, I can forward the invoices to you, but I have the invoices here, and I'm just going to do the motion so we can vote to pay.
Vote to pay, and then you sign off the top, sign and date it. Jeff can do that, or you can do that. And I'll take it down and have it paid. What's the amount?
So the first amount for the Anderson easement is $399, and the daily easement invoice is $611. So the total amount is $1,010. So.
Okay.
And we already paid
We already paid for the hot and easement monitoring, so I think we can probably just send one check for both invoices in the total amount. So I'll make a motion to pay the Rockingham County Conservation District in the amount of $1,010 for the monitoring reports for the daily and the Anderson easements.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
I did not print those out, so I didn't really consider that one.
All right, we'll, I'll figure that out.
Okay, we can do that.
All right.
Thank
I'll
you.
just bring it
To the town hall.
I'll just bring it to Sue.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Very good.
Yep, last thing before we move on is that, not right away now, but in a few months, we'll probably circle back with Ariana and look at our plan for monitoring in 2025, and get that on their workload earlier in the year so that we can ensure that all improvements go to report for 2025.
And they were gonna do, they're good for doing all of them, 2025, they just need more.
Yeah, it was kind of last minute when we reached out to them, so they were, I mean, I think the Anderson easement was monitored on December 27th. So they just got them in. So, but Ariana kind of indicated that if she had enough time to work it into the year, that they would be able to, they'd likely be able to do all of them. Yeah, it was just a timing.
And they're a new service provider, is that right?
For us, the County Conservation District does a lot of similar type of stuff for other towns and agencies. And, they're a great organization. Every county has one, so yeah.
But we have 2 other easements that they did design monitor this year, or not monitor every year.
All right. That's
Any
all.
other new business?
That's all I have. I have a couple of small items. Number one, we got the bill for SOLAC, which is the Exeter Swampscott Regional. The voluntary dues have gone up to 300 from 200. And I want to propose paying that bill, Exeter Swampscott River Local Advisory Committee.
Okay. We get on.
Yeah. It's something we've done historically. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paying.
All right, I'll make a motion to contribute $300 to the 2025 voluntary annual dues of the Exeter Swampscott River Local Advisory Committee.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Yeah, the budget. Just want to briefly touch on the budget.
Yes. That's jumping ahead to our next agenda item. Oh, so now we're on schedule.
On schedule. All right. Budget, as we prepared it, was $6,600. The new one, as accepted by the selectmen, I was hoping Mark would be here so he could talk about it a little bit, is $6,214. What has happened is the cost of the emails, which we didn't know the exact number, has an exact number, and instead of 600, it's 714. So it went up 114. They have removed the $500 from the baseline documentation. The town selectmen have said they will pay for it for this year to see what to put in the budget for next year. So we don't have to pay that. They will pay that out of the town budget.
That's the baseline documentation.
Correct.
For
So-
soliciting.
Yeah.
And any other baseline documentation I want to do, because they have quite a rich cache of information for any of these easements, and any of the properties in town, going way back. So,
It may be possible that they have the information already.
yeah.
Because that was always Sarah's comment, was that there wasn't one in the file. I believe.
They're fine.
Or the actual easement file never had a baseline documentation report for the Silverstein easement,
Got it.
which is something that we've been bouncing around for a few years.
Yep.
And we never really knew what to do with it, but RCCD, right on their kind of website blurb, says that they'll do easement monitoring, baseline documentation reports, and other items. So when it comes time to look at easement monitoring Silverstein this year, we could, if there isn't any information on file with the select board or somewhere else in town,
Yep.
we could dig up, request that they do a baseline documentation report and easement monitoring
Oh.
at the same time.
Yep.
So that'll be something to think about.
And progress.
Josh, I get the budget to you to put up on the drive.
Oh, here.
Be able to view it.
Did you get the sense that we need to do anything to trigger that, or has that been triggered? In terms of
The
just seeing
baseline.
if we have the information that we're looking
Oh, I didn't know it was Silverstein specifically, I didn't remember that.
for.
But it's easy, just go down and talk to Sue about it, and she'll get you anything that she has on that particular property, whether it's an easement or everything down to deeds and building permits and everything else.
If you're gonna go see Sue about delivering the invoices signed, would you mind asking her while you're there?
I just don't think, because the baseline documentation would be in the Concom files. It's not a town, it's not like a deed. And there has to have been, we did them all, we did the same thing, I did them all. I'm just trying to wonder if I can get in my emails from that long ago. I just can't believe we didn't do it. It's not somewhere.
Right, so maybe it ended up in a different folder or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
That's probably what the select board wanted to, sounds like.
Yeah, so I guess maybe, like, thinking about it, it is worth having to try and do a hunt through and things.
Okay. I'll plan to see
Yeah.
what we're.
I can see if I can find the emails from that. I don't know, Lori, how far back do your emails go?
Well,
20 years? I think we're not there.
already did that search. I mean, that's the thing, I mean, we bandied it about and I thought it had been done, but. It seems to have recorded.
Well, and if not, I think legally we're supposed to have one, so,
I think that's why Sarah kept noting it.
yeah.
All right, so the due diligence is to reach out to town, to Sue, basically, to see if there's any sort of documentation or information that she can pass along to us. Otherwise, we'll reach out to our CCP
Yeah.
to get it taken care of.
I'll also get in touch with Ariana just to let her know that we didn't have any feedback on the formatting or anything, and then similarly, make a note that we will need to get together to look at the other easements in the future and discuss that too. So I'll do that on this end.
Okay. Along the same line on the old business agenda item, were there any other comments from the budget meeting? I know there were a couple. Well, when you presented,
Yeah, at that meeting, they accepted.
they accepted that, and was the comment about the baseline. I remember we punted this agenda item the last time because Dave wasn't here, but I think that was basically the clarification that we were looking for.
Oh, I see.
So I think that's all good.
I watched the budget hearing, or whatever it's technically called, from last week, and there was no notes from that meeting about our budget line, so I read it and moved it forward.
We do have PrEP also, Scuffle Region, estuaries project. We've been sending $1,000 as a contribution to that. And wanted to bring it up at this time so we can talk about it or continue it or whatever we want to do. I don't know as much about it as other people might know.
We included that in our budget, correct? Yeah.
It's in the budget.
And we agreed that we would do that every we'd do one list in January.
Right.
So I will make a motion to make a $1,000 contribution to PrEP for 2025.
Yep.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Good.
group who are monitoring the day, so.
And, it seems to be becoming more and more pertinent.
I would say, I mean, arguably, that's, I don't know if we want to go there, but that would be a town expense, a non-town expense, but it's really tied to wastewater. But it's in our budget. so-
Yeah. Big issue. Let's see what space line is. I'll throw something out there before we discuss mail. I believe our February meeting falls on President's Day, which for some is a long weekend. Does anybody want to change the day?
No.
Okay.
It's a long
We
weekend.
just like spending our 3-day weekend. We have nothing better to do.
This is a 3-day weekend for me as well.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Yep. Okay.
Do you want to change?
Well, I mean, that's kind of where I was going with that. No, it's fine.
I'm
It's
down
fine.
to move it.
No,
17th?
yeah, we'll keep it as is. Any mail? I mean,
Sure, here.
Sounds like.
So,
it's fine.
it's fine.
Like I said, it's here. Oh, this is, this is the monitoring report for the Burn Trust Conservation Easement. Burn Trust Conservation Easement.
So,
Yeah. Probably would make sense to review this before, for next month.
Okay.
There's quite a bit going on here.
Oh, well, really? Yeah.
Hmm?
A lot going on with her.
Looks like, I mean, on my initial skim, the only thing that jumps out at me is that she mentioned that there are plans to sell the property. But she mentioned that may not be for a couple of years. So, other than that, it seems as though it's status quo.
If you want to take that and scan it, put it on the side.
Yeah, you want that?
Could you email it to us as well?
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be the only note that jumps out at me.
It's just a statement FYI.
Yeah. And they sold their lands.
This is the names?
Lands.
Oh,
Really?
So maybe what we'll do is we'll wait till everybody gets a chance to look at that before, I mean, we even have to accept that.
No, we don't.
We
Now
really
we're
don't.
telling us.
Oh, really?
We don't know.
It's so.
Yeah, some owns it.
Anything else,
This is 2 copies of the letter from David Price concerning the property on Runaway Road, which was, had to be restored, saying that it has been satisfactorily restored, and no remedial measures are necessary at this time to be carried out.
All right, so it looks like,
Copies of the same road.
yeah, it looks like a copy went to the town too.
Yes. So, let's keep that here.
It's probably worth putting that on the drive too. Just the flyer.
Yeah, self-flare about the new property from the,
And the family Ireland have been in one position, so if anybody's got friends who want to meet. let's-
Ryder property. Yeah, this is Ryder property.
Anything else?
Did you, one more? Did you submit the report? The town report?
Thank you. Great Bay Stewards.
That's for our contribution. Steve Shep.
Yeah.
But thank you, Steve. Okay, anything else that anybody would like to add?
One random thing, we were out at the Discas Greenway yesterday, wet. Chad from South was in recently and talked about the improvements they made right before the bridge and the pond. Put some stone dust or something down there. Unfortunately, it's pretty mucky still. It looked like it was going to do it, but it's almost worse now. So I would like to give that feedback to South, and maybe email them, but I don't know if there was a conduit through you that was
I mean,
better.
I'll go and walk it and I'll send them a note.
Okay. Actually, I'll reach out to Chad directly. I think I can dig up his email. If I don't find it, I'll ask you.
Okay.
Was it?
There is nothing else to add. I will make a motion to adjourn the January 20th meeting at 7:36.
Anybody take pictures?
Yeah.
You gotta take a picture. You second that?
Second.
Everyone in favor?
Aye.
Um,
I think you were almost here. Almost old.